What's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Tarun's Thoughts. My name's Tarun Shetty. These are my thoughts coming to you from this glorious minivan. I'm in St. Pete. I'm about to go to an open mic. And then after this, I'm going to go to a book show. I like to go do these mics before I do real shows because then I can work out new material. A lot of comics, some of them, I don't know what they do. Some of them don't even write jokes anymore, honestly. I feel like it's a lost art doing stand-up, actually writing material. I was talking to a friend of mine. If you go on Instagram or TikTok, now people just post crowd work of them interacting with audience people. And those things get thousands of views. They never post their actual stand-up because they don't do actual stand-up. If they do, they're bombing. So it's a crazy, I feel like a dinosaur sometimes when I write jokes. I literally have to write 5 jokes a day, and then my ratio is 1 out of 10, 2 out of 10. It's crazy, how much actually makes it into my act. I heard Chappelle just goes on stage. He's a master. He just goes on stage and just, talks for 4 hours and he figures out things. Everyone's got a different method to the madness, and unfortunately my method is the probably hardest, but it does get easier. Good news to report, I'm going to go back to Miami. I'm going to stay in Florida longer. I ended up booking a commercial in Miami, so I've been auditioning pretty much the past year and a half. Let me tell you, I have a love-hate relationship with acting. It's kind of crazy, and I know I've said this, my biggest roles that I've done are things that I've written myself, or my friends were the major actors and they referred me to the producers, and then, I had a reel. You gotta have a reel. A reel's a demo. But to audition against thousands of other actors, it's crazy. It's, especially with Zoom now, anybody under the sun, aliens are sending in Zooms from outer space for parts. It's so hard to just stand out. So I've been auditioning on Zoom through an agent in Miami, and I think I even told you, I think I vlogged actually in Miami. Remember I went to a callback? I drove 4 hours for a callback. I would never do that in LA, but now I'm I gotta try to book something. So I feel good about this, just to be on camera again, on TV again. It's something, and I gotta get back in the shape because I have to be. I'm in a bathing suit, so I'm in okay shape, but I'm not super cut like I used to be. So I'm great. Now I have to go to the gym every day for the next 2 weeks and just grind it out. But this is where the universe is taking me. I don't know how many people are just kind of fatalistic watching this. My view on life is we can control our destiny to some extent. We have these different paths, and you can go down one path, go down this other path. And I speak from experience because, there were so many, I had so many moments where I was I can go down this path or go down this path. Especially on the business side, when I was working on a job, I was I could stay here and get paid great money and just go down this path. But then I decided to just veer my car off the highway and just go down, some path where there's no roads at all, which is totally insane. But, this is the path I have chosen. I never wanted to be an actor. In fact, when I was at NYU, I was in their film school. I used to cast actors. This was way back when, before film and digital came. And I'd get hundreds of headshots when I was a college student for my short films, right? And my films were just these piece of shit, black and white things I was shooting on the street. But because it was a good film school, I'd get all these headshots, and I was man, I never want to be an actor. This looks insane. And I'm just going to write my dumb scripts and make my films. Of course, cut to 5 years later, I have a headshot. I'm submitting for the same stupid projects, right? Trying to build a reel. And I'm oh my God. And then cut to 25 years later, here I am auditioning, in the thick of it. I've got a resume, a reel, I'm in the union. It's just this whole thing. It's this rabbit hole. And then, of course, some people have, great careers as actors. Other people kind of fade away. I just heard this great story. It's actually Paul Rudd talking about, being interviewed on Stern. This is my vlog. I'm talking about other shit you can find on YouTube. But he's talking about his acting career, how he went to Hollywood to like shoot Clueless, that movie with Alicia Silverstone, and he got mugged or something, and he had such a bad experience. He went back to New York and joined some theater company and did some Mozart show, on Broadway. I don't know what it is exactly, but he is one of the biggest movie stars in the world, and he did it in New York. So if anybody tells you, oh, you have to go to LA, you have to do it this way, just punch them in the face. They have no idea what they're talking about. Nobody has any idea what they're talking about. Nobody knows what's going to be successful, how to do things. Everyone always has the answer after somebody makes it. They're like, oh, this is why. Of course, this is what. No, they don't know. They don't know at all. In fact, every one of my friends who has made it, quote unquote, made it, like they were untalented hacks, unfunny. I'm not trying to be mean here, but nobody thought they would make it. They were like just like the people just kind of filling up space. But they had a good look. They got a spark. That spark ignites to a fire. Next thing you know, the whole world is burning down because these guys are on the cover of People magazine. Like, this shit is reality. And I think that's why Hollywood attracts so many actors like moth to fire, because anything is possible. It really is this crazy world of dreams where people just pay you tons of money for just pretending. I mean, where can you do that? I mean, think about your own job. I'm sure there are a lot of professionals who watch this, but how much you had to grind and work for every dollar. I mean, I was a waiter. I wasn't a waiter. I was a busboy, and it sucked. Like, I was like, man, this is absolutely brutal to do this shit, to get paid money. Like, the world is so hard. And then you make it as an actor in Hollywood, and all of a sudden you're like the guy, and people are just, unloading dump trucks of money on your driveway so you can, wear a turban on a sitcom. I mean, this is how Hollywood works. So, it's my rant of telling you that I booked a commercial, and I'm extremely grateful too. There was a time in my life where I was booking consistently, and you kind of lose that gratitude. You're like, yeah, I deserve this. But then if you get older and then you don't book anything for like 2 years, you're like, holy shit, I need to book something. Am I still pretty? Do I still have it? Like, all these, random insecurity thoughts bleed into your head. I've texted my agent like 100 times. I'm like an annoying actor. I'm like, hey, did it come through? Did they confirm? Where's the fitting? Like, I'm just on it. And you kind of have to be if you want to be in this game. And you've got to take it seriously. Like, every audition I do, I give it my best. I mean, that's with everything I do in my life. I mean, that's why I'm at this open mic right now, because I'm not going to go to this show tonight and just do jokes I did, for the past 20 years. You've got to be constantly pushing. I mean, that's my motto in life. Constantly pushing. I'm going to get that tattooed on my arm. But anyways, happy Friday, guys. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Have a good weekend. Talk soon. Take care.